What's up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Real important life lesson today. We always see people, whether it be celebrities, whether it be just people we know, friends, family, who might have been in a high position at some point, and then at another point in life or later on in life, they fall from that position. They fall from grace, or they may make a mistake that cost them their spot. You know, if it's a celebrity, if it's a famous person, then of course the media jumps on it, and the court of public opinion kicks in, and everybody starts immediately judging and condemning that person, um, all the way till they are just buried. And some other times it may not be something that you did that was immoral. It might just be a mistake you made. You may have had a very successful business, and in that business you messed up, or the business starts to not do as well as it had done in the past, and you may lose your business and lose your home. Just have a rough go at it. And there are people who rejoice in that. There are people who make mockery of that, and heavily condemn those who fall. You got to be real careful when you do that, because I was and that's what inspired this lecture. This not this lecture. I was listening to an excerpt of a lecture from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He was talking about this very thing, and anytime I ever saw people like just laughing and teasing folks who fall from grace, it always makes me look at them. It makes me look at them more than I look at the person. I take my attention from the person who fell from grace, and I start looking at the person who's laughing at them. Because I'm like, what you got going on up here that makes you look at somebody's downfall, and you view that as a good thing? Even if the person who took the fall may have brought it on themselves. Maybe something that they did that was totally out of line, totally out of pocket, inexcusable, terrible, that none of us would agree with. But you still have to be wise enough to not make mockery of people in those situations. Because not only can you fall in those same situations, and I know what you're thinking. You might say, "Oh man, there's certain things I'll never do. If this guy did that, man, this is something I would never do." And you might be right. There may be an action that was so horrible that you can honestly say, or I can honestly say, that I know I would never do anything like that. But it still doesn't give you the right to make mockery of somebody who failed because of what they did. Because it may not be that for you. It might be something else for you. Or it might be somebody that you love that does something unspeakable. And when it's somebody that you love, somebody that you care about, then you see other people starting to bomb on them the way you bombed on somebody else, because the somebody else that you bombed on was somebody's loved one as well. So we have to be real careful how we address these types of situations. And that does not mean that you condoning it if it's something terrible. Understand that. See, y'all, some of y'all are so narrow-minded that when a certain principle is being spoken about, the first thing that goes to your mind is, oh, well, he's defending that action. Or, for example, if I say something critical, or somebody says something critical about a Democrat, you automatically assume that I must be a Republican, or vice versa. Start thinking about the actual principle of what a person is saying, and stop trying to overanalyze to connect them with a particular affiliation once you hear them say something. This is all about principalities, Smokey. This is what y'all got to understand. Because the basic concept of what I'm speaking about is just the law. It's a law that exists, like, be careful how you treat people in times where those people are down. Because a day could come where you could be receiving that same kind of treatment. You have to remain quiet. Now, if there are things that you were speaking about, just in general information, speaking the facts, and you're down the middle with it, you're not condemning or being disrespectful to somebody, or slanderous towards somebody, that's a different situation. And even then, you got to walk a certain kind of line. But you have to be very, very careful to not try to smash on nobody when they going through their trial or going through their L at the time. Because it could be you. And a lot of times, God allows us to see things to test us to see how we're going to react or see how we're going to act. See? Especially when you doing good. Your life is good. You're doing good. Everything is in place right now. Everything's in place. And you see somebody take a fall and you sit in your high seat going, look at this guy, man. Be very careful with that. Be very careful with that. And we have to also be very careful not to contribute to the talking when other people are talking about it. Not to feed into it and add and stack on to it. Practice the art of when you see people gossiping and slandering and they bring it to you, practice the art of going, hi man, I'll catch y'all later, man. Because y'all not talking about something that is productive. What y'all are talking about is counterproductive. And you are subtracting from your own positive energy and spirit when you contribute to that kind of talk. So I hope this helps y'all out, man. It's your big brother, K-Rino. Be careful who you condemn and make mockery of, because that shoe could be on your foot one day. All right, man. It's your big brother, K-Rino. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.